Hey everyone, Hearted Shadow here, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. So previously I finished off with Varka's story, and now we have the banners for Skirk and Escoffier live. I still don't know if I want to go for Skirk. I know I wanted to before, but then it's like, well now... like they're gonna make this really difficult for me. Also, on top of that, we got a brand new event to worry about. Thankfully, this one doesn't seem to be, like, very complicated. Hey there, Ninja. Anyway, yeah, like, I literally did one of them within, like, 5 minutes, so... You did not miss anything. You only missed me talking about how I don't know if I should go for her or not. As really tempting as she is. Anyhow. Oh. Okay, let's see. I guess we're gonna go over here, then. Yeah, I like her design too, and her character seems kind of interesting as well. But then it's like... there's other characters that I'm gonna want in the future, especially if the whole thing with Sandrone actually comes through. So it's like, yeah, what do I do? Let's take a closer look at those falls. Okay, we have a tree house. Or, not a well, not a tree house, but... Alright. Now, what do we have here? Oh. Yep, see, that one was actually easier than the first one. Yeah, and then obviously I still have the things here for... well, the Suedo story quests for Chaska and Kanich to do. I'm so behind! I'm so behind and I don't like it. Oh my god. You know, ironically, it sticks me right in front of, I guess, where you would trigger Chaska's character story quest thingy. Is it supposed to be up there? I guess so. Okay, am I here? Where is it? Why can't I find it? Touch. Oh god, what have I done? Oh, it's this thing. Can I leave? I would like to leave, please. Can you please let me leave? Oh great, that means I'm gonna have to do it again. Unless... oh, okay, sure. Did I even need to go up there? Because, well, damn it, it doesn't tell me anything. Oh. Sorry, random person, I can't help you right now because I need to take pictures in this spot that I can't find. Yes, I probably could use Kachina or Shalonen to get up here faster, but unfortunately, I don't feel like swapping out anybody just to swap them back in again after I'm done. Yeah, I know it sounds lazy, but... Well, I'm almost there anyway. Well, why can't you just take me to the spot? Because it's like, I don't even know where it is. I don't even know if I'm going in the... if I'm in the right area, per se. Because, like, here's where I was before. But then it's like, okay, I'm here, but... Oh. I couldn't have... Jeez. Whatever. Jeez, okay, what do we got here? Oh, wait. No, I guess that doesn't match. No, I could have sworn I had that. Okay, that's... Oh. A hint. Where? Oh. What the... Well, I had it at 100. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait. Is this it? Okay, now what do we put in the middle? Is it just... Is it these things? Now I'm just here like, come on. There we go. What? Oh. Okay, we're gonna go to this spot now. Oh, it's Noelle's birthday. Well. Well, happy birthday, Noelle. You truly deserve better. Ironic that I'm actually streaming properly on her birthday, but, well. Okay, but... Oh, I guess I'm in the right spot. Aye, Guide Paimon, don't encourage her. Such organized planning. Well, unfortunately, I have to encourage her, it seems. Oh. Various creatures will appear around the tour route. Once these creatures appear in the viewfinder, press the shutter button. Okay, so this is Pokemon Snap now? And yeah, I did get the new one, and I did stream it for a while, but I haven't gone back to it in ages, so I don't know. Okay, so then now what? Well, first let me get these things before they just disappear. I don't think they would, but you never know. Oh my god, it is Pokemon Snap! Jeez. Oh, well. No, let me... There we go. Capybaras. Those birds are mooning me. A llama. Or, no, that's an alpaca. I keep forgetting about that. Unfortunately, it's not exactly like Pokemon Snap because I can't quite like zoom in all the way. Or not zoom in all the way, but it's like I can't like turn all the way completely. Oh no, it's those jerks. At least they're not trying to kill me. Oh. Well, apparently it still counted. It's like, let me turn the thing. Well. Oh. Jeez. Those weird, not penguin-looking things. Okay. Well. I don't know what we were saying, Paimon. Oops. Okay, I guess now we're gonna go over here. Oh, hold on, what? Oh no, okay. Okay, now we're gonna go to Fontaine. That's interesting. Well, I guess if that's the case... Because you never know. Oh, we're just gonna go through this. Uh... Really? Well... I guess we'll find out what happens. Where is this taking me? But... Oh, okay. So... Then why did it tell me that it was, like, behind me still? I don't know. Also, on a technicality, I could have climbed up here, but I guess... Well, anyway. It's true that we rarely see it from this angle. Yeah, it really does have a different kind of feel. But I guess not. Oh, that's right. From what little I do remember, she was here by herself. So, well then. Okay, let's take a closer look at those falls. Okay, well this one should be a little easier at least. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, I guess we'll just have to walk there. Are we there yet? Oh great, it's those things. I forgot who uses them again. Okay, it's right there. Alright, now let's take a now let's take a closer look at those falls. Yeah, and like I say, I doubt anyone knows what I'm referencing. But that's fine. No. Where the heck is the waterfall? Oh, here it is. Except I can't zoom in that way. Really? Huh. Why would you do this? Okay, let's see, is it... Oh. Oh. there was a waterfall there. I was just blind. Okay, how do I get up there? Okay, that one wasn't so difficult. Oh my, come on, I had it there. Oh, oh, okay. Wow, I have to do it again? Well then. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I did exit it, but still. Right. Where's that at? Okay, right here. Okay, now I don't have to do my commissions anymore. Oh, hello. Ordinary citizen. Good to see you again, Marine. Hi, new Melusine friend that I've never met before in my entire life. Okay, well. Actually, yes, they do look like Tadalga. Our fungi friends are really adorable. Melusines are just as lovely. Okay, so we're going to be going underwater for this. Oh boy, Pokemon Snap never had an underwater level. Yeah, it's like, I want to turn it, but it will not let me. Well. Oh, hey, there's a Melusine right there. Okay, now we're not underwater. A deer? No, those aren't deer. What am I saying? No, those are poodles. Yeah, in fact, I don't think we have deer in Fontaine. It's Seymour! Okay, no. It's Seymour again! And I still wonder whatever the hell happened to those guys, anyway. From that whole quest with Marianne. He's just laying there. Oh, no. Oh, oops. Well, I could have gotten something there, but oh well. I still got the gold. I don't know what you were saying, because it doesn't let me... Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what she's saying, because I just see that... I see the text, but then it just goes away. Real fast. Okay, is it only just these two, then? Okay, well, looks like we're heading back to Sumeru. And, well, I guess before I go back... Or rather, before I go over there...
Add Astro...
Hello, robot.
Thank you for Add Astro...
There we have that. Okay, now we can go over here. roadkill. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, we don't know where they've been. Yeah, this is definitely right up their alley. Look at them. Totally mesmerized. Okay. Now what? Oh, okay. Well, here we have this. Oh god, really? Okay, there we have that. Oh, maybe this one? Yes. Haven't been at this spot in ages.
Sunglasses are great at keeping the sand out of your eyes so you can see your way. Except at night. Then you can't see anything at all.
Yup, tell that to Corey Hart. Okay, there it is.
Quick, look! Up in the sky! Look at that scorching sun! It's like a blast furnace! You know what this means? It means we have to drop everything right now and make a run for the ice cream store. We need to get 2 of the biggest cones they sell, and then it's an all-out race to see who can finish before it melts.
I don't see the sun. Oh, there's the sun. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at it now. It's like, don't look up in the sky! The sun! The sun! It's like, I don't see any sun, I just see you! Not that staring at you isn't good, but it, you know, you're talking about the sun and whatever, and... Okay, there it is. Okay, and Beta Harbor, which I think... Oh, well... Okay, no, not quite. I was here like, where was the part where, or rather the port where we left to go to Fontaine, and... No! Yeah, when I tried to go to Fontaine, I just basically teleported here, and then I just tried to glide from there all the way to here. I didn't say it was a smart thing to do. Okay, well, anyway. Oh, it's right there, okay. Okay. I'm on a boat. Okay, now we need to find this thing. There we go. Okay, now where are we going? We're going all the way back into the desert. It's like, okay. So we teleported here to take some pictures, then we went back over there, and now we're coming back here. Yes, because that makes sense. Now I really am on a boat. It's like, we're gonna go to Liwa Harbor. Actually, could you even make it there? No, not even. Okay. Uh... Actually, I don't think you could. Because Liwa Harbor's over here. There's no way to get past this. Yeah, I don't think... Even if you could, like, go up the waterfall here, there's still nothing there, and even if you did try, you'd probably have Paimon be like, how about we go explore the area ahead of us later? And then if you don't, she freaking kills you. Yeah, don't ask me why I'm doing this either. Now, if you really want to take in some sights, there's the waterfall I was talking about. It makes Niagara Falls look like Weenie Hut Jr. You know, it kind of reminds me of the old days when... I don't know... Well, actually, no, I do know why we did it, but... We got some of these Wave Rider things and we tried to go from Inazuma all the way back to Liyue. Which... It is possible. The problem is it's just going to take you for freaking ever. But it is possible. But yeah, seriously, look at that waterfall. Too bad we can't take a picture of that. Okay, we're almost there to Italy. Or Sicily, as I used to call it. Oops. It's like, so long, suckers! Oh god, that stupid side quest. With the talking cat. That made no goddamn sense in the end. I was like, I don't even remember what the hell the quest was about. You're under attack. They're not even doing anything, they're reacting to it, obviously. Okay, that one's dead. Oh, he reset. Okay, now he's dead. Welcome back to Sicily. Okay. I'll stop fooling around now. I just had to sate that random bit of curiosity I had. Okay. Oh, it's right over this way. Okay, so that's how you planned it. So we're basically going to be going in a huge circle. I don't think we have, and yes, like literally. I thought Sumeru was supposed to be the Dendro Nation, but then you come here and it's mostly deserts. Sure thing, no rush, just vibes. Yep, outings are meant to be nice and chill. Let's hit the road, Jack. No more, no more, no more, no more. Oh, okay, where's the thing? Okay, it's right behind me. Can't use in current state. Why? Just because I'm skidding across the floor? Hello, wannabe Breloom. Oh, it looks like they're about to run into us. Oops. I could have tried to get that, but I didn't. That random guy just standing there. What are you shooting at? Oh god, those freaky birds. Those crocodiles. Or Florida gators. I don't remember what I used to call them. Oh. Well. Well, I don't know if that was the mechanism that you were talking about. It's like, you have to forgive me, I haven't properly thought of Sumeru since 2022. Yeah, but how are we flying through the air like this? You were close. But Pokemon don't like being photographed from behind. Or, no, it disappoints them when they're photographed from behind. Now I remember. Oh, psh. I guess we're gonna be photographing a lot of them like that. Oops. Because it will not let me adjust the camera angles. Yeah, see, it's like, I can't go back now. No matter how much I want to try to circle around. Alright. So there we have that. Now what? Okay, we do have an afterword. Oh, right, she did say that we were going to go back to Beta Harbor. You see? It's like, there was the text, and then it cuts to Paimon saying, what were you saying again? It's like, I don't know, because I can never see what you were saying. Okay, oh. Yeah, I guess it sure did. At this point, considering they apparently can't afford to have the voice actors come, well, some of the voice actors back, for, like Hania, for example, why not just make the fungi playground be a thing that you can come visit? You know, since apparently you don't seem interested in trying to make us have another tournament with them. Who you calling Big Shot? Who you calling Pinhead? You mean when MiHoYo decides to let them out of cryo jail, then we can have fun together like this again. And it seems like they only let them out of cryo jail once a year. Uh, wait. I guess we took the picture already. Wow, you really thought of everything. You're so thoughtful, Paimon. Yes, I guess Paimon is being thoughtful. I'm so touched, she says while she stares at you angrily. Well, then again, that's just Hania's character model. But she does look perpetually angry. But then again, that's kind of how she was when we first met her. Only then did she mellow out. Yeah, these character-wise. Design-wise, she's always pissed off. When did you even get it? I didn't even notice. Okay. You pig. Anything Paimon picks out is bound to be delicious. It's a treat you bought for me on your own. That makes it special. Because it means you bought it with your own money and you did not eat it. What are you talking about, Paimon? There actually was something one year that they did where we were making, like, candy for them, I think. So what you talking about? Oh, the Marvelous Jelly. That's what it was. I think. Like I said, I don't remember these things other than they're just lazy, half-assed attempts at trying to bring back these characters, but not actually going through the trouble of making them into full-blown events like the tournament. And once again, I almost misread that as Master Chief. Kung Fu Master Chief. Anyway, we'll be waiting for your good news, Hania. We can't wait for Sokka's feast. Lies! We'll, we'll always be here. You sit on a throne of lies. Or, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could try coming back here, like, next week or whatever, and then, like... Yeah, if they're still here, then okay, you're not sitting on a throne of lies. But if you're long gone, I will never forgive you! Well, at least I won't forgive MiHoYo for making you say, we'll always be here. Oh. But I don't want to read all this. Okay, so that's that taken care of. Okay, I think what I'll do real quick... I'm gonna go pay a visit to the fraud. Take some patty stars for Nilu. Make some condensed resin. And claim this. And I can go ahead and claim this. Okay, I'll take that. Let's see, well, considering the game keeps reminding me about it, why don't I try to see if I can maybe, if not finish it, continue through Siegewene's story. And then maybe someday I can finally go ahead and finish Sino's story. Oh. Dang it, it's so confusing. No, don't do that. No, don't do that either. Okay, there we go. I knew I would remember it eventually. Yeah, because on a technicality, Sino and his teacher have been missing for a really long time. Okay. Evil!
Oh, how is the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
Yeah, who are all these rambunctious weirdos?
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while.
A few? You have a bunch of people here.
No problem. Anything we can do to help?
I'm sure there's something me and my eyes can do.
There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
Wait, complicated how?
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
You have to believe me. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uwe.
Yeah, and I'm Stanley.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
Not to be confused with Gaston. That's a totally different person, and unironically, he... Damn it, I forgot. I want to say I think Gaston is in Sumeru, along with Jafar. Which is like, yes. If they didn't do that on purpose, then it's one hell of a coincidence. But anyway. She is angry.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
It's not my face! It's like, I woke up looking like this!
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything. At most, it'll delay your vindication.
Exactly, so screaming will get you nowhere. And if someone really did steal your face, well, we have to find him.
All right. I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine, and now this.
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Yes, this is very confusing.
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
Of course, I already kind of forgot since that was a few weeks ago, but... That's interesting. Every single one of them?
That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
Which I don't remember.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
So you're basically just rounding up all the crazy people.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Siegeween.
Yeah, now she has to talk to a bunch of crazy people.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
I'm not sure about that, but... Potten. Who is this Potten? I'm Honore. I had applied to go out and see a doctor, but when I woke up, I was in another cell. Unbelievable. And then we have, I'm not Gascon, I'm Ule. Today should have been the final day of my sentence, so I should have gone free. What gives? Henri. I'm Eric! Why does stuff like this always happen to me? Now there's no way to release my... Now there's no way my release papers are getting squared away today! And finally, Lazare. My name is Odilon. I'm a guard. I think I was attacked. This isn't me at all. Yeah, I don't... No, I don't see anything here that tells me anything useful.
Wait.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
Oh.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
Apparently.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed. We're gonna need an excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms, and that we're furiously printing more as we speak.
Don't worry. We ran out of paper, but we're gonna get more, I swear.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
Like the Prince and the Pauper. Except... You would think that they would at least try to switch places with someone that looks like them, right?
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. How could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any.
You know, ignoring the whole problem that MiHoYo likes to really reuse their NPC models.
The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound a little different today. But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
Yeah, not really. So long as you just actually get good at doing it. Then you can be fooling anyone you want. Like, where did Gregor get horse from?
Oh, really? What does our head nurse make of all of this?
Yes, Evil, what do you think?
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch.
One thing that would probably be crazy is if, when you're saying switch, instead of switching places, what if their minds were switched? That in itself would be crazy. But, yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the only things I can think of.
I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me. Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday?
Oh, now I remember. Sort of. Apparently this guy's face was, like, so scary that they could not show it to us whatsoever. And even Paimon was, like, freaking out.
This should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putton. I'm Honore.
Okay, maybe that whole mind-swapping thing is looking a little more plausible?
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case, but how do you explain the other inmates? You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
Is that even possible here?
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched.
Okay, so I was technically right the first time. So someone did steal your face!
The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. And actually, I think I can prove it to you.
Okay, this I have to see.
Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day?
Stop asking me to remember things, because I forgot.
Yeah, sure do.
Paimon, you go ahead and do most of the remembering for us.
Then you can be my witnesses. To start with, please fetch the inmate who claims to be Eric.
Okay. They sat up just so they could sit back down again. Nice talking to you. Do you have anything to say?
So, you're Eric?
Oh, okay, I actually chose the right person.
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
He seems really happy to see her.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
I believe it was your index finger.
But that means...
There's two Erics. It wasn't the same person.
Huh?
So, basically, last night, the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward.
Okay, now I'm starting to remember. Yes.
Seedwing did another test before letting him leave, but that time, she held up her pinky finger.
Huh? I don't know about any test last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then I somehow woke up in a high-security cell.
Yeah, I kind of remember that now. And I guess it did kind of confuse me.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
And what would that be?
So, what exactly happened?
Yes, please, Risley. Share with the class.
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they identified a group of scapegoats, namely inmates whose terms were almost up, and planned to switch appearances with them. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their groups switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards.
Okay.
Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric.
Which would explain why he was here saying that he saw another him.
Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward.
Yeah, now it's kind of starting to come back to me.
However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard, they simply changed real Eric's appearance and had their Eric take his place, muddying the waters even further.
And making it much more confusing in the process.
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I've discharged them.
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, talk about convoluted.
Yeah, it all makes sense now! The Duke cracked the case!
Well, I can't fault the reasoning. but I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
I mean, yeah, because who would have expected something like that? Like, obviously, yes, I was joking about the "did you steal my face" thing, but I didn't think it would actually be a thing.
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines in the Marachose Phantom is to identify criminals in disguise.
Okay.
We carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
But in this case, it wouldn't be disguising. It's literally like you're stealing someone's face.
Well then, how do we explain all this?
So far, it seems more likely that the gang stole documentation belonging to the inmates due for release, and are using that to commit identity fraud.
Which is against the law. Well, they're already in jail anyway.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that, even a Malazine wouldn't be able to detect it.
The Polyjuice Potion. I knew it! And yeah, definitely. Like, they've been stealing from the Potion Master.
A shape-shifting potion?
Yes, the Polyjuice Potion.
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it. If such a potion truly existed, it would jeopardize our entire investigative process at the Marachose Phantom. Are you certain of this?
Well, then again, to be fair, the whole story that Siegeween told about why she changed her appearance, well,
Yes, I am.
because she has plenty of experience with that. I still find that kind of messed up, though, that whole, like, "We don't want you helping our daughter, you're a filthy Millicene, get out of here!" And, like, goddamn. So I was like, no wonder she felt desperate, because she just wanted to save the girl's life, and kind of why she felt like, I can never show my face again.
But
Please, trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
And as someone who was willing to quite literally change her appearance to save a little girl's life.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer. Yep, let's do that.
okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we had to come and conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put you out. We'll do it your way.
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago.
Oh, jeez.
I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
To be fair, though, it's not your fault. It still sounds outrageous that they literally, like, stole other people's faces, but...
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Well, where would they go at this point?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress. And if the Marachose's Melazines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Oh, man, that's true. That's even worse!
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end!
They can literally disappear and blend into society.
Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawat.
Oh? Rawat? Isn't that the handsome guy we met at that skincare promotion?
Yes. The one that all those ladies were, like, practically throwing themselves at. Okay, skincare. Altering appearances. Yeah, there's no coincidence there.
Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he specialized in potions.
Handsome! And okay, so he specializes in potions. You mean like Severus Snape?
One of the crimes this gang is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. According to Mr. Rawat, they appear to have stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation.
Magic drugs.
At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual property infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation, he reported them to the authorities.
Because you can't escape the law for copyright infringement.
Thanks to his report, we were able to swoop in and arrest them all in one go.
Dang. So it was almost like a drug bust.
What a hero! Bet that took courage on his part.
No doubt. This is worth following up on. As the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat will be targeted by the escapees.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we have a motive now. So they're gonna go and try to beat his ass up.
That aside, since he's negotiated with them in person before, there's a chance he'll have some additional information for us.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
Miss Morgan, I'd like to come along and help you catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your focus was on the inmate's health, and rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals. That's our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business. And if anything happened to you, none of us can afford to take on that responsibility.
Well, with some joking involved here, don't worry about it. If anyone tries to come after her, all she has to do is just pull out her gun and shoot him in the face. Or in the arm like she did to Lenny. But, okay. Ignoring the joking, I can kind of see that.
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
Yes, because remember, she has gun!
You say that, but still.
If I may, Miss Morgan, Siegeween is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and I'm sure she has far more expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you.
Which makes this even more personal for her.
And if you really are worried for her safety, then
we're gonna go with her, right? Paimon and I are coming along anyway. So face it, Morgan. You can't get rid of us.
Ah, there you go, right on cue. Knew I could count on you.
I know me and my eyes will not let you down.
Okay. Well, since this plan has the Duke's blessing, far be it from me to refuse. We should head off immediately. Time is of the essence.
Although, if she's leaving with us, who's gonna watch over all these people here? I guess we shouldn't think about that too much. Okay. It's like, what's that? Oh, don't worry about watching over these people, because we're just gonna make them disappear. Problem solved. You can't worry about watching over people if there's no people to watch. Alright. So where the heck are we going? Oh, right, the Fontaine Research Institute. Hello.
Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business. And we're gonna need you to cooperate.
The Marche Phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Oh god, he has the eyebrows.
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
Rawat. Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right?
Is that what everyone calls him at this point?
He actually doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though. You can see what they know.
Do they know how to shave your eyebrows?
Just a handful? Paimon figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people.
Yep, and I imagine especially with the ladies.
But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
Right, so if he's just keeping everything to himself, yeah, he's literally just gonna be off to the side while everyone's discussing their research, exchanging ideas, probably having peer-to-peer sort of reviews. But yeah.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
I mean, it's easy when you have to pretend to sell stuff. You literally just have to put on an act. And then when you're done, you can go back to being miserable, alone, and depressed.
Oh, I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends.
Yeah, I guess not to mention, like, yeah, after he was done with his spiel, he kind of wasn't all that talkative, save for, like, wanting to speak with Siegeween a bit.
Really? Paimon couldn't tell. Must be a Melusine perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research Institute for any clues. Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Siegeween. Paimon's suddenly kind of curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
Yeah, good question. Oh yes, it's you. I remember when I used to do your weird commission. I'm thirsty. Well. It's like, yeah, imagine having this very beautiful blonde woman walk up to you and say, "I'm thirsty." Fucking hell. I swear. The things I come up with. Okay, I actually got some Fanta off of that.
What should the next Fanta flavor be?
His voice does not match his character model whatsoever. See you. Okay, so I guess the researchers we have to talk to are all over there. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna bother reading those. Lanty. What's your job? Oh, okay, that ought to be fun. Okay. Yeah, from the sound of it, I could imagine. Why isn't it bad news? Oh, so I guess by default, now you all don't have so many of these projects being run at the same time. But you also said it's not good. But you also said it's not good news. Oh. Pfft. Yeah, that sucks. Well, don't look at me.
Definitely gonna get fired. What are we gonna do about these megafish?
If we join a collaborative research team, it'll be easier.
Okay, so we have one man alone with 3 women.
I'm definitely gonna get fired.
What kind of attitude is that to have? Did you cause some kind of disaster? Why? Because they hate your haircut? Because you look like you're trying to be simple Jack? Why are you thinking about that? I keep reading that as Arkham. Like Arkham Asylum? So what are you in charge of now? And him, I keep wanting to say Mr. Raimundo. Like, his name almost looks like it should be Raimundo. But it's not. Useless!
If we join a collaborative research
What
team,
are we gonna do about these megafish?
Is there anything of note nearby? Well, that did... Oh. Wait. What? Okay, so this actually does help us. Okay. Oh god, he also has the eyebrows.
Hey there, are you in Teep?
What do you want?
Yup, he definitely matches the eyebrows.
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
We weren't told anything.
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Because he's all about that copyright infringement.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
He sure did.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me?
Yeah, good question.
I bought his product once, and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings, too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong. I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
I wonder why that is.
Huh. So is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous?
Maybe both of the above. And he also needs to shave his eyebrows.
Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go! Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antib, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
Huh? Yeah. Thanks.
Does that sound like he's actually gonna try it? That just makes me think he's here like, yeah, cool story, bro. And it's like Siege means actually you're trying to help him, but... Well. Anything else?
Gonna have to cut this chat short. I have a patent application to write.
So that way no one can steal it from you, right? Okay, so then... Lady? Okay. I was almost here like... It looked like she had an earring or something for a moment. I don't know, I guess it was just one of these thingies.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
Audrey Hepburn? No.
That's me. What is it?
Well, at least she sounds nicer.
Are you close friends with Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend?
Oh, I had no idea. Oof. We just made her angry, or at the very least, we just made her uncomfortable. Look, I swear, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or make you relive possibly having your heart broken or anything, I swear.
I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Yeah, we probably should not have even asked her.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Because he's a jerk. Yeah, if anything, yeah, she has every right to be angry.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
Well, to be fair, she had her heart broken by this guy. Do you really think she's gonna be happy, let alone okay, saying anything about him?
I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, so we need to handle this with more sensitivity, especially now that we know that he, like, probably destroyed her emotionally and now she's, like, closed off.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
No?
She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure.
Would it help me? Okay, no. Yeah, it's like all the heartbreak I've gone through, I doubt there's anything that can just cure it. But anyway, let's see how you help her.
It's curable?
Yes, I'm very confused too.
Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
If there's a price for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that.
Oh, that's right, yeah! The Marechaussee Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he's safe.
Yes, they're gonna rip his face off.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago. Just happened to run into him, of course.
Yep. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history. Been there, done that. Okay, no. But that is basically what she's kind of heading towards. It's like, oh, yeah, I just ran into him on accident, of course. You know, not like I was trying to talk to him. Yeah, I love that movie. If my mom were here, she would probably tell you a lot of things about how that was, like, one of my favorite movies. And how certain moments of the Disney on Ice version of it used to scare me when I was little. No joke. Childhood is funny that way.
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Who knows? Maybe he's fishing.
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place.
Okay.
I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
Ish. If I didn't know any better, it sounds like some very weird Dark Mirror version of me and my mother. And how, well... I didn't have to make regular trips with her, or to visit her, because I pretty much stayed with her up until the day she'd passed away.
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Yes, clearly. We're not gonna go and barge into that house, I swear.
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him. You know, so I could get to know him better.
And because you're not totally in love with him.
When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, but you don't need to take that. I don't care how handsome or whatever you think he is, like, you should not let anyone treat you like that. At least you're willing to emotionally be there for that person, whatever, but they're not. So you deserve to turn that towards someone else that deserves it. You deserve better.
Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again.
Yep, and unfortunately she's probably going to be one of those hopeless types that's still, like, hopelessly devoted to him.
We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we regroup. Cool, sounds like a plan.
Well, I've told you everything I know. Don't you think it's time for you to go looking for him? Not that I care, obviously.
Who you think you're kidding? He's the earth and heaven to you, honey. Okay, no. I don't want to get sued. As much as that song is a guilty pleasure of mine. Every once in a while, well... Okay, yeah, I obviously don't have the song, but, like, I can look it up on YouTube easy. But anyway. Just once in a while. Just... Yeah, oddly enough, I kind of tend to do that. Like, old movies I used to watch growing up, like, if they had certain little musical numbers like that, it's like, you know, I feel like listening to this again. Bertram, what do you have for me?
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
We are.
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Well, we should stress that close is a very loose way to put it.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh. But if you just listen to each other's hearts... Okay, no. You see, that's another movie. Yeah, unfortunately, I definitely cannot try singing that song.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his findings.
Commercialism!
He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confidentiality agreement first. Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working with a guy like that?
That's the neat part. You don't. Not now, Hitomi. We're here discussing commercialism. But yes, it's like, he's only in it for the money, not for the research or for the betterment of the people around him.
Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
Yeah, screw that jerk.
So that's what Rawat is really like.
Yes, he's a total jerk. And he's mean to women.
We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're
Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Meropide. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Yep, you see, he's the type that is in it for, like, trying to help the people around him. And obviously he respects Siegeween's profession for doing basically that as well.
Wow, turns out Siegeween's got some real clout.
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, and I've barely seen him since.
Oh.
But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers. There's a few he meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
Okay, these two were definitely a lot more helpful compared to the angry guy.
Peddlers?
Yes. To sell his stupid thingy.
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together, because it seemed like they went out of their way to avoid discussing anything in my presence.
Yeah, I can imagine him being like, you know what, let's go talk over here really quick.
The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Magic drugs.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
For sure, I know some of them can, like topical cream.
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the morgue rubber, not me.
Well, but yeah, on a technicality, like some things like ointment, topical cream, and whatever do count as medical products, especially topical cream that is prescribed.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
Yep, I definitely learned a lot about medicines in one of my past jobs, so that I can kind of tell you.
That's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
If my research project works out, the development of underwater spaces should become much easier.
Underwater spaces? Okay. Out of curiosity, do you say anything about the portrait of Dorian Gray? No. Thank you. Are you a researcher? What?
Maybe I should just...
Okay, I don't know who that is, but okay. Oh, no, I don't want to talk to you ever again. Or, well, I don't want to talk to you right now. I already know you're afraid of getting fired because your boss thinks you're useless. Okay, well. Oh, but wait, what about this thing? Why is it... Well... Okay, well, I guess I did have to do that. Anyway, so... Now let's go meet up with them. Lizard! Oh well.
You know, Paimon started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
Yes, because we're only seeing the outward appearance he puts on for everyone else.
So, what's your view of him now, Paimon?
He's a jerk who's mean to women.
A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder?
And who's mean to women.
So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all?
Paimon, is he your man crush Monday?
Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How does such a handsome guy end up being so antisocial? Even with his difficult family background. It just doesn't make any sense.
Looks are superficial.
You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Exactly. Like in my case, just because a girl might be beautiful doesn't mean her heart is beautiful either. Like, she might be beautiful, but deep down she's selfish, shallow, and just does not give a crap about you. Like I said, I've learned some of those things the hard way. So it's like beautiful or unattractive or whatever, it doesn't matter, just as long as anyone can be either or. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've met beautiful girls who are nice. I've met beautiful girls who are just flat out rude and mean. It goes both ways.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
That he's a jerk. He wants money. He's really all about that copyright infringement. He may or may not be a mama's boy. And there's a girl over there who's hopelessly in love with him, except he's kind of mean to her. And that's what happened.
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands?
This is illegal, you know.
Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
You mean like Vache?
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
The plot thickens.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them!
Yes. Unless... Well... It doesn't make sense to me, but it's like, unless they wanted to get in, and he blew the whistle on them, so it's not so much like he betrayed them, it's more like it was an inside job of sorts.
Most children who come to me with tooth decay have suffered pain for a long time already, but they'll still try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets. Grown-ups and children aren't so different in that regard.
Yeah. And I say as someone who probably has too much, or, well, okay, I shouldn't say too much sweets, but I know if my mom were here, she would tell me that she would probably want me to cut back on the sweets that I do eat every so often.
If you say so.
I can't help it sometimes, though. It's like a comfort food for me, and I know that's a thing for a lot of people. Like, when they eat ice cream, it's comfort food for them.
I saw him when he came to make his report, and I certainly didn't get the feeling that he was the type to collude with criminals. Perhaps it's more likely that they were coercing him.
At this point, I guess it could go either way. Also, Morgan, the lady right behind you has the same face. You see what I mean? Like, in universe, maybe, but for us, it's like, there's literally a lady behind you who has your face.
You mentioned that he comes from a poor family. So, it's possible that the criminals approached him, asking for academic support, luring him in with the promise of riches.
He was taken in by a bad gang.
By the time he discovered who they really were, he was in too deep. They had leverage on him, so he was forced to keep working for them. I've seen it happen many times before.
And I'm not saying that you haven't, but can we really be sure, especially considering we know he's kind of a jerk?
That does make a lot of sense. It would definitely explain why he was so unwilling to cooperate with his fellow researchers.
No, I'm still kind of on the whole thing that he's obsessed with copyright infringement and wanting to really bring in the big money.
No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck.
I mean, that could still be one theory, but I guess we'll see.
In that case, the situation could be worse than we thought.
Because snitches get stitches.
If Rawat was working with the escaped inmates, they're sure to know more about his whereabouts than us. Oh, there's a good chance they'll get to him before we do.
And then they'll tear off his face.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, he was last seen 2 days ago. If no one's seen him since, maybe we're too late.
And now he's sleeping with the fishes.
2 days ago? So he went missing right after that product promotion.
How convenient.
That was the same day he reported the criminals, too. Not a good sign.
Jeez, that really is a coincidence.
Don't worry, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle, it's likely that he's gone into hiding.
Possibly at his mom's house.
Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
Or imagine if they really did go after his mom. Like, that would be pretty damn evil. Not gonna lie. Assuming that he's not an evil scumbag himself.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible. The only lead we have at the moment is his mother's house, which you mentioned earlier. Seath, think you can find the place?
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires you to provide a legal address. The one Rawat wrote down was in the outskirts of the city. That should be the place.
Okay.
Okay, then there's no time to lose. Let's move.
Alright. Oh, all the way over here. Sunflowers. Years ago, my mom actually grew a bunch of sunflowers in one of the houses we used to own. Like, she had her own little garden. Unfortunately, that didn't last very long, though, but I do remember they grew to be pretty damn tall, almost like freaking, like, this is almost real life right here. Like, I still remember one of the tallest ones went past the rock wall, and I was like, damn. Yeah, I guess since I'm thinking of my mother right now. Oh, jeez. Well.
Hold the line.
Sure, why not?
Lush as the moonlight.
Boom goes the weasel. Okay. And here we are. Okay, I was almost here like... One of these quests, there was an old man that lived here, and the little girl from that whole quest with Caterpillar. And then how it turned out that the old man was really her grandfather, and the daughter went to her mother went to the Fortress of Meropide, and there was this whole emotional reunion, and, well, I was almost here like, is this the same house? Are they just gonna randomly use this house for everything? I don't think so, but, well, anyway. Enough of me prattling.
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Either that or we're gonna find the old man and his granddaughter, who is pretty much the only other family he has now that his daughter died in prison.
Okay, I'll knock.
Oh.
Sounds like whoever's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open?
Besides breaking it down?
Break the door down?
Yeah, that's where my mind went too.
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. There'll be a mountain of paperwork if we damage a citizen's property.
Yeah, and it definitely won't look good on y'all.
Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength. And... it's open!
Wow, I didn't know you were a master of lockpicking.
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
Alright. Oh, she's literally right here.
No, don't look this way. I'm supposed to be hiding, remember? Captain's orders.
I know, I just wasn't sure if you were gonna say something. Plus, I need to grab that wheat. Alright, let's go in.
Hello? Anyone home?
The text says, anyone in here?
Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right? She doesn't look like she's in any state to be answering our questions, though.
She barely looks like she's in any state to even get up.
We could try, but she is very ill. We mustn't force it.
Well, doesn't look like Rawat's here. She's the only one we can talk to.
Yep. Allow me. Hello, ma'am. Might I ask if you're Rawat's mother? We are trying to locate him. Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of Rawat?
I have one here.
I'd like to show you a photo, ma'am. Is this your son? Do you know where he is?
Please don't tell me that this is something where it's like... the whole mother thing is just something he made up. Like, obviously, yes, we have this elderly lady here. She's very much real, but...
Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Yeah, I'm telling you. She's not in any state to do much of anything.
Well, looks like we're out of leads. If Rawat's not here, things are looking very bad for him.
Is it possible he could have avoided returning here because he knew he'd be in danger?
Maybe. But if so, where do we look next? Maybe we should take another look at the Institute.
But what are we going to find there that we didn't find before?
Yes, so.
I suggest we all return there now. We found a good amount of useful information the first time, but perhaps there's something we missed. This is our last hope.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for a while? This patient requires some care.
The understatement of the year.
Of course. Traveler, stay with the head nurse. You're technically here as her assistant after all.
You got it.
Also, I'd like some Marechaussee members to stay as well, and keep an eye on the area.
Whether Rawat or some of those evil people come on by.
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will return.
Got it. Okay. I'll tell the squad members in hiding to stay put and keep a lookout.
Thanks for helping me out yet again, Traveler and Paimon. No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean... Yes. She's barely clinging on to life. Oh. Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over there? Yeah, of course. I can tell that her family has tried a lot of different treatment methods, including some very expensive medicines. Unfortunately, her condition is so multifaceted that a recovery looks all but impossible. Seedwing. Paimon bets being a nurse must be pretty tough at times like this.
And that's exactly why, even though apparently, like, I maybe could have been smart enough to become a doctor, why I absolutely felt like I couldn't. Because it'd be like moments like this where I would feel like I hate seeing anyone in pain, and me being me, I would practically be over there trying to tear down the sky if it would make them well again. And I would probably be feeling very, very miserable if I failed them. Which is ironically kind of how I felt the day Joey passed away. So I can imagine being a doctor or a nurse would be difficult in times like this. It's rewarding when you do get to save lives and help people get back to their daily lives, reunite them with their loved ones. But it's probably heartbreaking when those people slip through your hands and you have grieving family members trying to hold it together.
Yes, it makes me a little sad.
Although Siegeween, I guess in this case, considering human emotions are kind of different for her, well, I guess it doesn't affect her as bad. At least, if I'm gauging by the whole, it makes me a little sad, not meaning, or rather, if it literally means she's just a little sad, not very sad.
In Melizine's eyes, a human's birth, aging, sickness, and death are as much a part of natural law as sunrise and sunset.
Okay, so I guess you could say she does look at it more like it's a natural process, as opposed to, I guess, humans, where it's like, while we know that, deep down it's still something where we don't want to experience that, whether it be our own or someone that we love and care about.
But human medicine can defy that law to some extent. In that sense, it is a science of miracles. That is why I became fascinated with it in the first place. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases.
And no matter how powerful you might be, mortality comes for everyone, and there's no way around it.
Siegewing. Well, don't worry about me, Paimon. A doctor's duty is not to cure all diseases, but to treat whatever ailments they can.
Whatever is within their power.
At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less, and she might even be able to see her son.
Assuming that theory I had where he's just making up the whole sick mother thing to be fake, and this really is his sick mother.
Yeah. All the more reason to find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks. Oh, her fever is getting worse. Could I get some hot water? Sure, we're on the case.
Okay. Oh. The storage trunk has been rifled through, and some essentials are in it. Did Rawat come back previously? Okay.
I'll take care of her. Fetch me some hot water if you would.
Well... check the table. Oh. Already did. Check the cabinet. Found it. Fortunately, there's still some ready-made hot water here. This cabin seems to have a hidden compartment. This is Rawat's notes. The way into the underground lab is written down in the journal. Okay. Check the frame. This seems to be the this seems to be a place where a family photo should have been. Why was the photo itself been removed? I have no idea. Well, here you go.
Found the hot water?
Yes, and that wasn't the only thing.
Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We gotta go tell Officer Morgan right away. Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now? It's all right. We'll go bring him back. Please hang in there. Thank you.
Alright, well... underground crime.
No! Don't look this way!
Okay. I guess you're just gonna be stuck there then, for now. Okay, so then... yeah, I guess that tears it then, so... that was his mother, that was the house... Otherwise, why would he be hiding notes about his secret lab there? I'm just here like, I don't know, if he's a scumbag, it's like, I almost wouldn't be surprised if he were to try some stunt like that. But, well, at least he's not as much of a scumbag as I thought he was.
It's Officer Morgan! They're already here!
Yes, and they're conveniently right where the lab is.
We came as soon as we heard the news. I can't believe we were so careless. The most crucial information of all was hiding right there, in that room. And we missed it.
To be fair, who would have thought to look in the cabinet?
Don't blame yourself. Right now, we need to focus on finding a way in.
Although I guess you could also say you didn't really think of checking the house in general. You were just trying to see if you could talk to the old lady.
There's a mechanical door over here. Hopefully the instructions in Rawat's journal will help us open it.
Okay, good, no puzzle.
It's open. Let's go in.
Yeah, because those puzzles got on my nerves. Okay, is this going to be some kind of domain? It is! Well... I guess I can stick with them. And I imagine we might have Sage Ween as a trial character. We do! I can be evil! I am Dr. Mario, and I am saving lives. Brightly colored pills. They'll kill all your ills. Just as so long as you have fever or the chills. Oh wait. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, confirmed. Don't jump down there. Or else it will kill you. Oh, hello!
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
So they found this place too? Don't let any of them escape!
Okay, get ready for one of the weakest attacks ever! The only thing it does is it just bonks them on the head. Oops, I wasn't even paying attention, I'm sorry.
Forest, protector.
Which is why I still say Kokomi's a better healer. And I will forever die on that hill. Plus the healing that she does doesn't really help all that much. You really need Farina to help make her goods. Versus Kokomi, I can just use whoever I want.
Receive my blessing.
That tingle?
Boing. 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 Yeah, like, even the pill does more damage than that bubble does. Okay, let's just end this.
Coming at ya!
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for. There may be others hiding deeper inside the facility.
Ah, so these guys were just the lookout crew.
Or the welcoming committee, depending on how you look at it.
The Mara Shosei Phantom! How did they find this place?
Very easily.
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right, I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Ah, well, you know, gotta help His Grace out, share the load.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
Well then.
What? But
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face-swapping method. Arrest them all!
They all look very sauce.
DuPont, stay here and keep guard. And watch the exit. If we're not back soon, call for reinforcements.
Yes, because we have some imposters among us.
Got it.
Don't look at me, I'm sleeping. I was like, that's what this pose always makes me think of. He's just there like, no, don't look at me, I'm sleeping. But anyway. What, nothing to say for yourselves?
Don't worry, I got this covered.
Alright. Fine, then I'll just take your... Okay, it's not your life savings, but I'll just take whatever this is. Oh, okay, I was supposed to go this way. Would that have killed me? No. It's just a dead end.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility? This scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew. How come they're all empty? Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
They're empty like your head.
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult-to-reach location?
Copyright infringement? Okay, let's be real. It's obvious something shady's going on here.
Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
Oh my... You almost sound like you're trying to, like, arrest her or something for saying that.
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go. Come on.
Okay. We're going deeper and deeper and we're constantly blinded. I doubt any of y'all will know what song I'm quoting, but... Oh, to be fair, it's not a song I've listened to very often anyway. It's one of the older Cascada songs. Not one of my favorites, but not like something I hate. That honor belongs to Rhythm of the Night! The one Cascada song I hate more than anything else. Anyway. We're not here to talk about that. Or the absolute crime and travesty that was the senseless murder of one of the 90s biggest dance anthems.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get this door open. Let's find another way around.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? Okay, no. Great, is it gonna be one of those puzzles that I hate? I like to hope not.
This one's close too! What's with those carts and tracks? Oh, maybe it's one of those doors that opens when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
That's what I want to do. Okay, get in. Okay. Alright, now I see it. So then we get it over here. And then we turn it this way. And then we just send it on its merry way. Okay, we're gonna bust on out of here. Well, so much for that. Oh. Lies! Oh, hello.
Floaty floaty!
Floaty woaty.
Lush as the moonlight.
Allow me. Show no mercy.
I forget, what does this do again?
I swear, it's for medical research.
Yes, for medical research. Clearly. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, we're gonna send it. Okay, this one's a little more involved. Okay, Siege Queen also does the funny run. And she also has trouble stopping like Nahida does. Oh! Oh, jeez. No, get back over here, you stupid cart. I didn't mean to send you back. Although... Oh, right. Okay. Although, what do we do about this one that's in front of us? Really? Oh. Okay. I see what you have to do now. I was wondering what the deal was. Jeez. Okay, you go on your way. And that way you can go forward. Never mind.
Don't slip and fall.
You say as you almost trip. Oh no, I got run over by the cart.
This room's much smaller than the others.
Yes. You also have a nice view of the ocean down here.
Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Potions.
Head nurse, over here.
Oh boy, what'd you find?
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes. Why would he change here?
Because he was too lazy to make a changing room.
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else?
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you?
Yikes, Deedween, where did that come from?
This is exactly why I say she's evil deep down. For all the people who are like, what? No, she's not evil. She's a sweetheart. Whatever. It's like, does a sweetheart say things like this? I mean, at her core, maybe she is a sweetheart, but then she has little moments like this where it's like, you're disturbed. Like, you're seriously already thinking that they took his clothes off, killed him, and disposed of him? Like, goddamn.
Oh, what a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
You're believing this. You're seriously believing this.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
I can't believe it's like, don't encourage her. It's too late. Oh, that's where we came from. Yeah, like, goddamn, like, that got pretty dark. And I'm here like, I'm sure he's still alive. But he's probably just gonna turn out to be the mastermind behind all of this. After all, it wouldn't be the first time.
Don't slip and fall.
Okay, now we can grab that. Yeah, it's like 5 years later, and I still don't know what in the world is this run. It's like she's trying to be an airplane. And all of the small girl characters do that.
There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Oh.
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this face-changing solution as before. The side effects are as you can see.
Why didn't you say anything before we all used it?
Because you're idiots.
Look, my plan got you all out of prison, didn't it? You'd have much bigger problems to worry about right now if the Marshal Say Phantom found out about your other crimes. Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners. And now you have the gall to pull a stunt like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself. If you place too much trust in others, well, I'm afraid that's your problem. You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Parton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more juice, but it turns out there ain't a drop here. Besides, what does it matter now anyway? He already said, even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again solves nothing. They're still gonna meld off eventually.
I said enough arguing! Parton, Tell us the plan.
The most practical solution is to continue using the potion. Keep switching to a new face before the ulcers can start forming.
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking us to use it like skin lotion, after the flood all but wiped the supply out?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
Probably something you're gonna regret asking for.
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work. What's the problem? I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just have one spare bottle each?
What do you think? That we were shipping them into the fortress of Meripede by the basket load?
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in public again.
Ugh, I've heard enough! Get him! Let's see if that document even exists!
Freeze! Marshall, say Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
You did.
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
And confirm that he's not dead.
Rawat?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Oh, great.
Pardon?
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
Sageween, are you... Did you seriously... God damn. Alright, time to kill him.
Don't slip and fall!
Receive my blessing.
Oh, a brash maneuver! Suffer the wrath of Eastleaf! Coming at ya!
Another test subject.
Don't be nervous! Just relax!
Relax, this will only hurt for less than a second because it doesn't last very long. I forgot about that. Yeah, I watched someone, I think it was Gotcha Gamer's video on her ages ago, and yeah, I forgot about that. Again, it's like...
Allow me!
Sageween, I don't know, like... She just does not seem to be a very good healer compared to, like, Barbara or even Kokomi, especially.
A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
He might feel a little prick.
Like, see, it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, it doesn't last very long.
Lush as the moonlight for the everlasting forest.
He's lolling! He's Papa! Get him! Watch out! Where'd that come from? Hey there! Fire! Well, with rocks. Ow! I'm fine.
Let's blow bubbles!
Yep, let's blow bubbles. They're basically playing volleyball with it.
Nice. Fulfill our pact. Hey there! Watch out!
Huh. Gotta say, I never expected to see the head nurse in combat.
Unfortunately, the head nurse isn't very good in combat.
Some patients respond better to a more aggressive treatment plan. Did we get everyone?
This is what happens when you really don't want to get your shots.
Captain, we finished the head count. Potten's missing.
Oh boy.
Over there! The door's closing!
Hooray. We're doomed.
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill two birds with one stone.
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere. Find it!
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out by the agreed time, they'll come to our rescue.
Oh, but it's gonna be too late for us, isn't it?
Well then, you'd better hope they get here in time.
Of course.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful, it's poisonous.
This is our distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent contamination. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
Wonder how I got this bandage? No, but I know how you're gonna get this new one.
Why would you do this? Your partners are here too.
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have them exposing my potential whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
The song popped into my head.
Go ahead, struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Potton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face. Just give up.
And what if I could?
You're about to kill the only person who can actually fix your face.
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
Oh, I doubt it. After all, Fontanians can no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
What the... How did you...
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it.
Damn, that's actually very morbid.
Before the flood, all Fontanians were Oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian in much the same way as hydroidolins change form.
I guess it makes sense.
Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wished.
Not so much now.
But since the flood, Fontanians have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion, nor reap its benefits.
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater? Then their crimes are far worse than I thought.
Yeah, they're literally just... Like I said, it's morbid thinking of it that way. Like, they are literally using... Okay, I guess for lack of a better way to put it, the dead leftover remains of other Fontanians to make this stuff.
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course! Well, well. So that's why you have a human appearance.
I guess he figured that out too.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of. The air's getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a bottle of it right here.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather some other ingredients for me, and sure enough, a little experimenting later, I'd produced the potion. I'm guessing his skincare lotion contains the fruits of your joint research?
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were his supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is minuscule compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the ingredients, I think you can figure it out. First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls. I see. Can't believe I never thought of that.
Because you're an idiot.
So, can we make a deal?
Deal? Or no deal?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. Drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
Nope, not trusting you that easily. You're like those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the potion.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here? I'm not closing the valve this time. Clock's ticking.
Fine, then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
Yeah, not so smart, are you?
No.
It's open!
Yes.
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now.
Yep, he still left it going. Challenge completed, though. Can we go back? Yeah, if we wanted to, but you shouldn't. Alright, well.
That was too close. That button is a real nasty piece of work. Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, Traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine, right?
Yep. Because she never uses those legs for anything. Aside from doing that little, like, marching thing she does when she gets all excited.
Flying fast is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now. Paimon's still shocked to learn that there's a whole criminal operation going on behind that skincare lotion. Shame I ended up giving the improved version to Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise. No, please don't. Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Still, it was a pretty good job that Paimon wanted to buy some in the first place, huh? It ended up saving everyone's lives. That's gotta count for something.
Unironically, yes. Sejuani was the one doing the saving.
Yeah, Paimon was just kidding.
Yeah, but still. Well, I guess maybe she would have thought of making it on her own if Paimon hadn't asked.
Head nurse, I've done a final head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fortress of Meripede. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat. At this point, I'm afraid he's probably deceased.
Unless he was lying back there saying that Rawat was dead.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Patton guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him. No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies, and one of them neutralizes that poison gas. We'd have been fine, even if you hadn't opened the gate.
Well then.
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing him that bottle. If he changes his appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry. She won't last much longer.
The old lady. Well. Yep, we're gonna go visit the old lady again. Alright, well, let's see. I guess one last sort of crazy theory I'll present. What if somehow Patton and Roswalt are one and the same? I don't know yet. Obviously, like I said, it's just a random theory. Oh, well.
Don't move a muscle. I might be short, but I pack a mean punch.
Yeah, and she can really kick your ankles.
Captain? You're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. So I detained him.
Detained! Well then.
Oh, his face.
Well, at least it's not as horrific as I initially thought it could have been.
Are you... Patton? So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is how Patton looked before his face was marred. His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see. Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change back to his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in!
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you inside.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
Well then. So when he said Rawat was dead, he meant the fake identity was dead.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim in all this. He was forced into it against his will. How can he and this monster be the same person?
Very easily. Like I said, what if he just invented the identity?
Forced against his will? That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Heck, when I was being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech. Explain yourself.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just Patton, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Well then. Okay, I guess Audrey's kind of shallow in her own right. Also, tragic backstory time.
Women despise me.
Unironically, this could be taken out of context for something else.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Parton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't ever seeing the light of day again.
Goddamn, Gascon is ruthless. And there's that name again. Synth. Just like Vaucher.
There was no way out for me. Until I could stop being Patton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell you.
You're really handsome and sexy, and I want to have your babies. Is that what you want to tell him?
I became popular with women.
Jeez. Goddamn, Audrey. Well, you're just as bad as he is in this, I'm sorry.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me? I'd be happy to sign a licensing agreement.
My peers looked up to me.
I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors. So far be it from me to ask for a full collaboration, per se. I merely wanted to express my interest. No pressure at all, naturally.
And the villains even began to fear me.
I don't know if that sounded like fear, but okay.
Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in.
And unfortunately... yeah, Audrey was probably like one of the best examples of like, yeah, she did a total 180.
But I did not hold a grudge. After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor. Or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it.
I know, and it definitely speaks a lot about certain concepts within society. Like, as he put it, like a superficial world.
Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
Yeah, she doesn't recognize you.
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rising star in the Fontaine Research Institute, I was unrecognizable to her.
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched, ugly face.
Yeah, it is pretty sad in its own right.
Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes after what you've done? You found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no, you chose to keep working with them.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
See? He was all about the money.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard? Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face, did you? You have no right to judge me! You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world! I regret nothing! My mother would understand!
Well, I don't know.
You're a villain to the core, but especially that tongue. Honestly, I don't see a villain when I look at your current face either.
Well, we already know Siegeween's a little...
Don't humor me. You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least. How long have you known the truth?
Since the very beginning?
I didn't know anything for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started suspecting you, it was the first time you came to see me at the infirmary. I had to confirm my suspicions. That's why I chose to join this investigation.
And good thing she did.
Are you kidding me? A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal? What on earth gave you the idea that they could be one and the same person?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are very powerful. Even as a Melazine, I couldn't see through the disguise. But I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my kind. Humans have certain fundamental qualities that do not change with their appearance.
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, do you? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. Melazine constitutions are very close to that of water, so it stands to reason that the potion should work on them, too. You use it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a human appearance.
Siegeween?
Lumine's eyes.
Yes, you're right.
Well then.
I'll bet it was back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance.
Yes.
It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the Fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make. It's a no-brainer.
I guess she just told the story to us in a bit more of a fairy tale fashion.
So you see, you and I were the same. And I'm the one who saw through you!
That's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well, I can grant you your wish.
Huh?
Head nurse, I'm not sure that's a good idea in his current state.
Don't worry. Back in the warehouse when I traded the potion for our lives, I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange for the potion. Also, he could see his mother again. If nothing else, his concern for his mother is genuine.
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him. You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
Well, Happy New Year. Okay, well.
Join the head nurse inside. If he tries anything at all, shout.
I don't trust this guy much. Be careful.
All right.
Mom? It's me, Potton. Your son. You recognize me now, don't you? Mom, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined your mother last time we were here, And it appears that due to her prolonged fever, she's lost her eyesight.
What?
Your appearance no longer has any bearing on her ability to recognize you. But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are. Wouldn't you say?
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me, your son, Potton. If you really can't see my face, then here, take my hand. Tell me you feel your son's hand. I've done so much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all.
It's you. Thank you.
Of course.
Mom, why will you answer her and not me? Why?
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
Mom?
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are not the same.
Alright.
The wait is over, everyone! The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Is this the one that Siegeween made?
Another skincare promotion! And it's selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew what was in the last batch.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Siegeween's here too! Hey, Siegeween! Oh, Traveler Paimon, hello! I hope you two got a good rest yesterday after all your hard work. Of course! Nurse's orders, right? Anyway, are you here to take notes for your next article? Actually, I'm mostly here to help Officer Morgan wrap up yesterday's case. Ah, that reminds Paimon. That stuff sold like crazy, didn't it? Is it gonna cause huge problems? Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, Butterfly Dew is an excellent skincare product that's completely safe to use.
Okay.
Besides, officers have already retrieved all Butterfly Dew purchased on the market. Now it's just a matter of disposal.
Well, that's good.
After consulting Monsieur Nervulette, I came up with a way to neutralize any harmful effects, so it'll evaporate naturally without polluting water or soil. Wow, it's Siegeween to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also, you mentioned you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potton's records. Anyway, I have them with me. Here. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down. He put up no resistance during the interrogation, and answered all our questions. We learned a lot.
Because at that point, he pretty much had nothing else. So of course his defenses dropped.
Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance, while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Later, he came up with the idea to dilute it, and use the resulting substance as a skincare product. Their supplier was Vache, but you could also argue that they were the ones doing him a favor. His operation helped Vache's gang dispose of an enormous amount of evidence.
Evidence, quote unquote.
It made for a seamless collaboration. One man's trash was another man's treasure, and there were no loose ends. It's no wonder we never noticed what Potten's gang was up to.
Vache again, huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Nope.
Make no mistake. The crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time.
It's just the after effects that are still being felt.
Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts all ended in failure. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang and eventually round them up.
That sounds more like it.
Based on what he told us in his confession, we pretty much had him backed into a corner, even though he made a point of distancing himself from the gang while disguised as Rawat. He tried to throw us off his tail by reporting his accomplices, giving him enough time to transform back into Potten and see his mother one last time. But there was one thing he hadn't anticipated. Even though Potten had been missing for a long time, we were very much still on the lookout for him. So, the moment he appeared in public, after changing back to his original appearance, we caught him.
So he tried this once before, huh? Guess he really did want his mother to see him again. But in the end... Looking at the interrogation records, it seems like he spent the first sum of money he earned as Rawat on his mother's treatment.
Yes, which is why I suspect that his initial motive for using the potion was not personal greed, but a desire to become somebody who had the power to save her. Even so, he went too far. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I understand. Thank you for bringing me these records. Why did you want them anyway? Potten was one of my patients, so I need to put together a medical file for him. My teacher always stressed that a person's life experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. You can even understand, okay, well, what motivated them to do something.
Why are you still treating him like your patient? Isn't he kind of beyond redemption now? Well, that may be true, but a patient is a patient, regardless of the choices that bring them to my care.
One last thing, head nurse. Please keep everything you know about this potion a secret.
Yep, have a good night. We're pretty much all... I'm sure this is pretty much done anyway, so...
It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence. I know my fellow officers and I will be able to sleep easier if that's the case.
Of course. Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding. I'll take my leave then.
So, Seedream, did you really use that potion yourself? Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it. It was quite a while ago now.
Yep, although like I said, the way she told us, it sounded more like a fairy tale of sorts.
You mean that story about the witch and the potion? So it was really, actually, genuinely a true story? Yes, it really, actually, genuinely was. But...
The process of making that potion...
I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering everything we've been through together, I know I can trust you with them. Before I tell you, though, could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend.
Well, okay.
Of course!
Stocks are running low, so purchase soon to avoid disappointment.
So don't delay, act now. Supplies are running out. Okay, no. You two don't have anything to say? Apparently not. Okay, well, in that case... Well, actually, before we do that... Let me take care of this first, just to get out of the way.
Add
Hello, robot.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Okay. One of these days I'll maybe try to do the witch's homework, but for now... Okay. Now let's go ahead and head over here. By old friend, I wonder if she means the little girl. Well, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, like, she saved the little girl's life. But that was hundreds of years ago, I imagine.
Huh. Nervalette and Risley, they're here too.
Good to see you, Traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I can't complain.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
I can see that.
Hmm? Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Well, I mean...
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time and place is of the utmost importance.
How true that is.
After reading the Maréchal Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Neuvillette shows that he cares. We're both here for the same purpose, actually, to accompany Sigewinne as she pays her respects to her late teacher.
Oh, I see, okay.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The witch?
Well...
Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only because Sigewinne calls her that all the time, so...
You're not helping anything.
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess you're right, it's Sigewinne.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
Well, I mean, to be fair... Risley is probably younger than her, despite appearances, let's be real.
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can say the same.
Yes, exactly. It's like, Sigewinne's probably close to about 500 years old, so...
Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever since.
Huh. Interesting.
Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress, myself included. Pretty sure that makes me the younger colleague.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the appearance, I guess you could say. Like, she might look small and like some young girl, but nope. She's... I guess it's that whole she's 100 years old or whatever.
She served a sentence?
She committed a crime? Yeah, could you tell us more about that? Like, yeah, what would she have done to have her in the Fortress of Meropide?
Yes. Long before I became Eudex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human.
Okay.
Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier lives.
Okay.
Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Sigewinne had her reasons for choosing to obtain a human form, but the act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
Oh.
Even with their daughter so ill, they kicked you out? Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you...
I discovered a strange disease, one I suspect that every Fontainian suffers from. But without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me. I had no choice but to experiment on myself to find a cure, but I hit a wall. And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you, and then you can go cure her.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know, but they don't trust me at all.
That girl. She's your first ever patient, isn't she? Tell me, what cost are you willing to bear to see her cured?
I'll do whatever it takes.
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished for it?
As long as I don't hurt anyone, yes.
Spoken like a true student of mine. Then I shall make one more final gamble. And see my experiment through to its end. Leave me for now, and come back in 2 hours. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontainians, and I shall be able to help you treat that girl. If not, then it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. In that case, do not come looking for me. I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease. It has little use, but it will at least help you cure this one patient you can reach.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
Her teacher sacrificed herself and left that potion behind.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontainians was uncovered.
Yeah, because in that sense, I guess her teacher literally kept that information with her to the very end. So nobody knew, not until the whole Vaucher thing.
When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice, there are times when I cannot help but acknowledge its ruthlessness.
Yeah, because he's operating under that moral code.
After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine she intends to speak of these matters with you, no?
Well.
On behalf of the Marechaussee Phantom, I would like to once again thank the Fortress of Meripede for your assistance in the response to yesterday's prison break.
Our head nurse and the Traveler in Paimon did most of the heavy lifting, I would say.
Sigewinne seems to be in good spirits. I trust work hasn't been too hard on her lately?
Well, she might be the only permanent medical staff in the fortress, but there's plenty of people with medical knowledge willing to help her out.
I am most relieved to hear it.
The way you're asking after her well-being makes you sound like a concerned parent.
Well, I won't lie. I've always seen myself that way.
Considering how all the Melusines look up to him, and like, if that whole event where they wanted to make him the new outfit isn't enough proof, it's like, yeah, they do kind of have that sort of thing. Like, he is the concerned parent, and they all look up to him as such.
Showing your age a bit there, don't you think?
Indeed. Actually, I often forget just how much older I am than you.
Well, while we're on the topic, what did you do before getting this job, anyway? Spend all day swimming in the sea, from east to west, and then north to south?
Yes, and, from the surface to the ocean floor on occasion.
Wow. Impressive.
Apologies, that was merely an attempt at humor. You can disregard what I said.
That's impossible, I'm afraid. My imagination's already running wild.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I guess the last thing we do, we'll talk to Sigewinne ourselves.
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb. And even that's deep underwater now.
Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she?
Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in.
After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh?
Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do.
But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you.
That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do.
A truly odd doctor, or a truly great doctor.
Alright, but why did you turn yourself in?
I broke the law, simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine.
True. It's just, the way Potton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Neverlet said confirms that. And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair. Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me. Well, what makes you say that? I knew you'd be curious. Let me tell you a story. The verdict came down. This Melusine is guilty. Deudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melusine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melusine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sijuin, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melusine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melusine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sijuin. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melusines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you, Dr. Melusine.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind.
Forgive me, that actually kind of hit me harder than I was expecting. So I guess in the end, everything kind of worked out. And, well, she wasn't able to see the little girl after she saved her. At least, not right away. But in the end, it took 50 years, but she did finally get to see her again.
After hearing everything Potton said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside. But it was too late. The warmth in his palm had already disappeared.
Because at that point, it's kind of like I sort of said, everything he had done, it was to try saving his mother. But considering she passed away right in front of him, I guess you could say that he felt broken inside. So, understandably, I would kind of imagine any sort of warmth he might have had was out the window the moment his mother died. Because at that point to him, it's like nothing else matters anymore. Whether he looked the same or different, it's like none of it matters now. Everything that truly mattered to him, that was all gone.
I tried to treat him, but the roots of his problem had nothing to do with his face.
No need to feel too bad for him. It does feel like wasted potential. Well, obviously no reason to feel too bad for him on the front of how, well, he still did terrible things. But you could say that he could have turned or used some of the things he... Okay, well, not use some of the things he did, because obviously they were still terrible, but if he had just applied himself differently, that drive he had, who knows? Like, it probably could have been wasted potential.
I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being here for me while I talk this through.
Although, I imagine it wouldn't have mattered what I chose. She probably still would have said this anyway, just gauging her reaction.
Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure. Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marechaussee Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion. And I made one extra just for you two.
Okay.
We don't need it though. Shouldn't we destroy it? Well, even if you chose to destroy it, I still thought I should give it to you first. You two did so much for me. How could I break my promise? Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore.
Yep. Especially now that we know what exactly goes into it.
Still, if this is the very last bottle in all of Tevat, getting rid of it would feel like kind of a waste. Maybe we can give it a special meaning somehow. Oh, Paimon's got it! Melusine physiology wasn't affected by the Great Flood, right? So that means the potion should have a permanent effect on you. In that case, what do you say, Seedween? Ever thought about transforming back to the way you used to look?
Well, I can tell by the fact that she still looks like this in every other event we've had that she's in. I think we can guess what her answer is.
After all, from a Melusine point of view, Paimon bets Melusines look the cutest of all.
Paimon.
Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters whether I'm Melusine or a human?
Yeah, like, well, I can't exactly say the little girl anymore, but it's like the lady said in the end. Like, none of that matters anymore. Especially by that point in her life, people were treating Melusines differently. Well, they were treating them better. There was no more hostility.
Well... What was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago! Yeah, let's just destroy this thing. Leave it to me.
The warmth of lies. Well, let's talk to Sejuin first before I decide to go back over there.
I'd I'd like to stay here with my teacher for a little longer.
Yeah. That's alright. Okay, yeah, they both vanished. Yeah, I guess I don't know if I wish I should have been expecting them to still be there, but oh well. I don't remember if I've done this puzzle. I guess I did. Well, I guess I'm not going to worry about it too much now. Okay, now I just have to get back to Sino's quest, which we'll see when that'll be. Okay, well... Oh, jeez. Alright, well... Who knows if I'll try to go for Skirk or not. Even though most likely I might not. Never say never, I suppose. I could change my mind. Alright, well, I guess next time, whatever that might be. Assuming that they don't decide to throw yet another event at us. Who knows, maybe I can try to do more of these character quests. And I do know that there's a Selena Chronicle thing going on. But, like I said, we'll see. Anyway, so, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with What Else I Do.